Hey team, in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to take a 1-1-2 trade and turn it into a triangle hedge, which can give you up to $5,000 of downward protection, and it even extends your profit over 1,000 points out. And so what in the world does this mean? Well, let me walk you through this with an example of a 1-1-2 that I have on right now. So right here is my long-term 1-1-2. As you can see here in my positions tab, you can see here I'm up roughly $3,100 so far this year, or 3% on my account, which is amazing using the strategy. So you can see here my 1-1-2 trade. I'm going to take this trade right here, and I'm actually going to analyze it in the Analyze tab. I'm going to zoom out here and look at what our profit and graph looks like. This is what a normal 1-1-2 looks like. Again, these are both of the 1-1-2s. Let's remove these right here and just look at the long-term 1-1-2. So this is what a 1-1-2 trade looks like. You can see here at expiration, if the ES futures expires in this range, I'll make roughly $3,000 to $4,000. If it expires normal or higher, I'll make roughly 1,000. Now that's it if it expires. Looking at this orange line, it tells us what our P&L will be throughout the duration of the trade. You can see here as the trade goes on, I'll be making roughly 600, which is where I'm at now, and then I'll be hitting that max profit as time goes on. But again, as time also goes on to the downside, I'll actually be losing more and more money. But let's say that I've now kind of hit a max profit. There's one way that most people, or Tom King, who kind of made this 1-1-2 trade a thing and kind of learned it, is what he does is he sells the two puts and he keeps on the put debit spread as a hedge. So let's say these two puts have now hit 90% profit, which is his level. Then he'll make the profit on this trade and keep on the put debit spread for profit to the downside. Now, why is this? Well, look at the orange curve. Instead of the orange curve going down, which means throughout the duration of our trade, we actually lose money as it drops. Now with the put debit spread, as the trade goes on, we actually make more and more money. So this can help offset any losses from current 1-1-2 trades we have. And this is known as the put debit spread hedge. And this is how most 1-1-2 traders do it. However, something that I was looking at is what happens if you take the profit not from the two naked puts that you sold here, but you take the profit from this one that you sold in the put debit spread. Why? Well, because you're accepting a higher profit. But not only that, you can see here that at expiration, we make money as long as it stays above, what is this, the $3,860 level is where we make profit. We can extend this out further by simply closing out the short from the put debit spread. Now we get the same type of orange structure where as the market moves down, we actually continue to make more money. So we can see here that it's structured just like the put debit spread, and we hit a little max profit here of around $10,000. When we're actively in the trade, we can make up to $10,000 from this trade, mainly because of this long put that we have here. And we actually at expiration could make around $30,000. That's why this is an amazing trade. But not only that, instead of our downside being $3,860, our downside is now pushed all the way down to $3,340. That means that the market could crash over 1,000%. Literally 1,000 and what is it? 600 points, 1,600 points before we actually start losing money. And so that's what's amazing about this hedge. And now again, this hedge should only be put on once the put debit spread, the one that you sold, hits at least a 75% profit. So once this put right here hits at least a 75% profit, then you want to sell it and convert it into that hedge. Why? Because that hedge, that triangle hedge, is amazing. Because why? It pushes our downside out really far, gives us a chance to make upwards of $10,000, which is way more than what we would have made with a put debit spread hedge. But we need at least 75% of profit on this to cover the loss from just holding this hedge. So again, if you make around an 80-90% profit on this trade with this -1 put or this naked put here, then you can cover the cost of this hedge and more to put it on. But I just wanted to showcase, if you're not aware, if you sell the naked put and the put debit spread, you not only extend your downside, but you give yourself way more profit. And if you have on 3 112 trades plus one of these hedges. This hedge will help offset the stop losses from any 112 trades you have. So the 112 trades will have about a $4,000 loss if we have that. We can see here, if it drops, we'll be having roughly an $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 profit, not even holding to expiration. Just the market dropping will give us that $10,000 profit. If it expires in this level, then we'll be having a $30,000 profit. But this shows you what you can be doing with the triangle hedge. So again, I will be having on a triangle hedge probably once a month with the 112 trades that I eventually hit that 75% profit target on. So what does this look like in an actual position? So I discovered that, but I haven't done it yet because I haven't actually had a trade yet this year hit that 75% profit level. But you can see here, here's the two that I sold. Right here, they're sitting at a 47% profit right now. Here is the put debit spread. And again, I'm waiting for this one that I sold in the put debit spread to hit at least a 75% profit. Right now it's at 50% profit. So once it gets to 75%, I'll be looking at around a $2,000 profit from this, which will cover the cost of having on this hedge and more. So I make a $2,000 profit from this trade, and I have the hedge on to protect myself from that downside move. And so again, that is what I call the triangle hedge, and is what you can do with the 112 trade. So for those who like the 1112 trade, and also want to have a good hedge on the back end, this is what I would do. It's called the triangle hedge by taking off this naked put when it hits 75% or more. All right, guys, I hope this helps. I hope it explains, and I hope it leads to you making more money. If you want to get access to my personal 112 trading plan, when I enter, why I enter, what days, what deltas, click the first link in the description down below, and you will get a free PDF of my trading guide. All right, guys, see you in the next video.